Welcome to the Hypnolady Show. I'm Maureen Pisani, your host, and here we will discuss all sorts of topics regarding life, its problems, complementary modalities that help, and what to do to empower yourself on a daily basis. We will discuss all kinds of modalities and how and why they give you results and what you can do to have a better today every day. As we go through episode by episode, I will be discussing all kinds of topics, but remember, I will never highlight a problem without offering you a solution. So make sure you listen all the way. Fair? Ready? Good. Let's go. Well, hello and welcome to the Hypnolady Show. I'm Maureen Pisani, your host, and today we are going to talk about something that affects a lot of us. ADD, ADHD, and multitasking. Curious? Good, because we're going to talk about it. And yes, we're going to talk about multiple topics. Guess what? Because we can. So, ADHD or ADD is basically when you have it, people tell you you can't focus. And to be quite honest, I understand that that's what they see, but the reality, the truth is, that you can't focus for an extended length of time on one topic, because you can focus on something for a short period of time, and you can focus on multiple things for a short period of time, where somebody can focus on one thing for a long period of time, usually can't. So why does it have a stigma? Because in conventional schools, they want you to sit quietly and look at algebra or trigonometry or organic chemistry, and oh my God, I'm going into a coma right now, for hours and hours and hours on end. So when somebody needs to be a little bit more active, a little bit more spontaneous, a little bit more busy, and has a lot of things, maybe it could be a doodle, that in class, there's a little bit of an attention forcing, even if you put it to yourself. But you can technically just look over there, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds and come back and start again. When it comes to how we function, especially as adults with ADHD, you'll hear a lot of people say, oh, no, I'm super, multitasking is easy for me. Well, yeah, because that's what we do. So here's how we do it to be efficient. You know, each of you knows how you function at your best. And there are people who like 3 topics that they can work on simultaneously. Some people need 5 topics. You know what number is easy for you. Not because you choose it, because it's a default pattern you find yourself doing. So if you notice that 3 is your number, have 3 things ready. When you have 3 things ready, then all you do is you function on one, you work on one until that urge happens, and then you switch over to 2, and then you function on it. You give it your best. You work 100%. You're focused completely until then that urge happens, and then you focus on 3. And you do the same thing. And as you do the same thing, now you're not working on 3 topics willy-nilly. Now you're basically growing each consistently. See what I mean? So now as you're growing these, you have, let's pretend you have all of them right here, right at 0. And you go 25, 15, 44, 38, 69, 20, 55. In the meantime, they're all rising. And that's the secret. When you know how you function, you can work it to your advantage. I know people who can do one thing for 6 hours and only one thing for 6 hours, and nothing else gets done. The reason there's a stigma is because the majority have the one thing for 6 hours capability. In people like us, by the way, we do have the propensity to be productive. We do have the capability to be super productive. Guess why? Because we do a lot. And when it comes to doing a lot, it's how we are seen, right? If I'm in an environment when a lot of people are like me, functioning on my level, on my efficiency, at my speed, then nothing's abnormal. If I'm the only one with a whole bunch of people who can do one thing for 6 hours, then I'm going to stick out like a sore thumb, right? How we approach it. We have a lot of people who talk about the stigma of dyslexia. Well, Leonardo da Vinci was dyslexic. Did it stop him? Did he not achieve? He's thought of one of the best Renaissance men ever, and everything he approached, he peaked at. And when he wrote in his way, which is mirror image, people thought he was writing in code. All it was a mirror image. How we look at life and what we label things is how we receive them and associate to them. So I can tell you, I do a lot. I squeeze in a day what a lot of people take maybe 2 weeks. And I'm not joking. When I'm having a good day, things flow to that intensity because that's how I function. Now, when I was compared to others, I did stick out like a sore thumb. So what's the best way to do it? Don't work with others. Come from the space where you're in an environment where you feel comfortable. Because what's the bottom line here? If I have a goal, I can guarantee you that I will achieve it because that's how I work. If I set a goal, I'll tell you, and please, I always give the disclaimer, this is just me, okay? I know I live life differently, but this is just me. This book right here, Invisible to Invincible, I have this purpose of how I work. I have this strategy. I call it percolating. I give my unconscious mind a project, and when it's ready, it tells me. So a few years back, I had the idea that I wanted to write this book, and I wrote it in 6.5 days. Most people say that's nuts. This book right here, Dare to Ask, it had been percolating. It had been percolating for a while. I'm talking maybe 5 years. In the back of my mind, at some point, I'll write this book. Well, I wrote that book in 6 sittings. Come from a space, just accept who you are. You have your own system. As long as you get the job done, as long as you're getting the results you want, then yes. Now, if the ADHD is deterring your success, then let's work on it. Let's see what's happening. Because lack of focus could be a lot of things. Could be a blood sugar drop. It could be self-sabotage. That you know that if you give your best, then you're going to upgrade your life. And if you upgrade your life, then you have to do certain things you don't really want to do. So let's talk about it. Feel free to reach out, thehypnoladyshow.com, find the tab, contact Maureen, message me, subscribe, like, share, you know the drill now. But come from a space where acceptance. We're all different. Our DNA proves it. Our fingerprints prove it. So come from a space where you're allowing you to function in the best of ways. Because if you're happy doing one thing for 6 hours, that's all that matters. If you're happy doing 3 things in 6 hours and achieving 100% of 3 in 6 hours, and that makes you happy, then yes, please go ahead. The question here is when it's not working, when it's not giving you the results you want, then we have to look into things, right? Make sure you're comfortable. Make sure your environment is comfortable. For your success, for your efficiency, for your completion rate to be there, remove the detractors. And then you'll notice an improvement. So if you have questions, you know how to find me. For right now, I am Maureen Pisani with thehypnoladyshow.com. Easy way to find me. Remember, keep shining brightly and continue to be blessed. And I will see you soon. Bye. It's been great having you with me. If you're interested in getting daily updates, just subscribe to this podcast, in which case it will pop up every single day for you to listen to. If you'd like me to bring up a certain topic or answer specific questions, reach out to me at thehypnoladyshow.com. Find Contact Maureen and send it over. Thank you for joining me. I really, truly appreciate you. If you enjoyed what's been shared today, feel free to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. That's it for me. I'm looking forward to talking with you tomorrow, but for now, shine at your brightest and continue to be blessed.